Good afternoon. Happy Sunday, wherever you are. Good afternoon from sunny San Antonio, Texas. Y'all, it is hot. It is hot, and it's going to get hotter. We are dealing with 100-degree plus weather here for the next week in San Antonio, so I do not look forward. Actually, I kind of do, because that means I will be inside crafting in the comfort of air conditioning. Want to welcome you. Let me get to some comments, and let me take this banner off here in a few seconds. Hello, Bonnie. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Susan. Let me take this banner off. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one off. There we go. That's better. All right. Well, welcome. Welcome wherever you are watching from. I am streaming right now to Facebook and YouTube. And my name is Barbara Ragsdale. Sorry you can't see my face. But using the computer doesn't work backwards with this particular webcam. So, yeah, but I'm here. I'm definitely here. But I am streaming to both Facebook and YouTube. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area. And I am live on Sunday afternoons in order to show you how you can use your Stampin' Up! Products to make handmade cards, home decor items, gift projects, gift packaging, pretty much a little bit of everything. On Wednesday mornings, I'm live at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time in order to show you how to use your products for scrapbook pages. So we have a lot to cover today. It's a beginning of a new month, so there's a new monthly online ordering special. I did publish this past Wednesday. I did have the new host code out there, and people have been using it, which I thank you. For those that have already submitted their orders, I've got several kits that I need to go ahead and mail out. And this is the video. This is the video that will show what the monthly class is all about, assembling all 4 of the cards. Yeah, I wanted to make sure my banner that's going across the bottom of the screen has the right host code and the right bundle that we're using. I had originally had a different bundle, and then I changed it kind of at the last minute because I really wanted to use the new In Color Designer Series papers. So let's go ahead and get started with some announcements and get those announcements out of the way as quick as possible. Hello, Shannon. Hi, Lisa. Carol. Y'all, Carol caught the live. Well, welcome, Carol. So I can take that off. Oh, speaking of Happy Mail, Jackie says thank you for the Happy Mail. Speaking of Happy Mail, what did I get? What did I get? I got a card. I got 2 cards, actually, but this one, I got this card from Carol. So, Carol, you caught your live, and look, your Happy Mail. I got your Happy Mail. Thank you. I love Happy Mail. I love it. Carol comes to us from Wisconsin, it looks like, if I have my abbreviations correctly. And then the other one I got from, bring this down a little bit, the other one I got from Brandy Cox, which is super cute. It's super cute. It is a blank card because it was a thank you for attending like a one-day Creative 8 retreat. So, but it's still a pretty card. And that's actually the bundle we're going to be using. So, let me hide that. And Lisa, thank you for sharing, everybody. Hello, Jess. Hello, Pat. Thank you for sharing, Pat. All right, so let's get some announcements out of the way super quick. Don't forget, last chance, January to June mini catalog. That list is out there. The link is out there. It should be in the description of my video, and if it's not, you can go take a look at last Wednesday's video, or just go to my website. You can go to my website and you can get to the links there. You can download the list in Excel or PDF, depending on what you prefer. And then we also have, what's this next one? We have 5 more days, y'all, for the next Paper Pumpkin kit. And if you're not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, it's our monthly paper crafting subscription service. You can do month to month, prepaid. Everything you need is included in those kits in order to make that particular month's projects. And we have lots of other kits. So if you're not into Paper Pumpkin, then we have lots of other kits for you, including this special. We have BOGO. It's a BOGO kit sale. So you buy one, you get one half off on all of our other kits that we have. And there's a lot to choose from. So if you are thinking about trying one of our kits, or maybe getting one for yourself and gifting one to somebody else, this would be the time to get it, because you can buy one and get one half off. And unlike other BOGOs around the world, this particular BOGO, they give you the most expensive one half off. How about that? That's pretty cool. So this sale goes through the end of June. It started on the 1st and goes to the end of June. And I've already had several customers take advantage of this, because this is a really great deal. Okay, and then that is all of the announcements that I have. Let's go ahead and draw a winner. If you were with me last week, you know that we were playing with these Cracker Jack treat boxes. I made all of these, and what I'm going to do, let me bring this down a little bit. I have my camera down a little bit more so you can see a little more closer than before. So, because normally it's a wide lens. But anyway, you know, we were playing with the Cracker Jacks box treats. Cracker Jacks box treat bags. I don't know what they're called. I forgot what they're called. But anyway, I'm not going to give the ones I made away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, I don't know if it's the same DSP or if it's going to be different DSP and some cardstock and some glimmer paper. But I'm going to cut some of these down already and include some little banner cuts, as well as some ribbon that coordinates with each particular designer series paper. That way I can mail them flat. It's so much easier to mail it flat than it is to mail a box, and it's cheaper as well. So whoever I draw from the drawing, they're going to win basically just a little kit, I guess you can say, of all of the designer series papers and coordinating ribbon. Probably about 6? Yeah, probably about 6 of them. Already die cut with these die cuts and some ribbons. That way you can do your own, and you can, if you don't know how to assemble them, then you can assemble them, or if it's a piece of cardstock, you can stamp on it, whatever you want. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so let's get the wheel. Let me share my... Yeah, I know, Jess. I'm like, wait a minute. Thank you for sharing, Susan. So let me share my screen. And let me get to the right screen here. All right. Let's see if it's showing that. Y'all should see the wheel. If you see the wheel, there we go. I'm looking at Facebook. I had to log into Facebook real quick so I can see what y'all are seeing. So y'all can see the wheel. Now, everyone that liked, commented, and shared, there's a lot of names on there, you ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of names on there. Let me go ahead and let me shuffle this a couple of more times. Get this off. I hate ads. I see it move. There we go. Boy, that was kind of delayed. That's because I clicked another button before. But anyway, when you like, comment, and share, you know, you get your name on the wheel. Share, you get your name on there twice. Just make sure you type shared in the comments. Okay, it moved. I wanted to make sure it moved. Let's spin this wheel and let's see how long it takes this time. Because y'all, for those of you that, oh, my sound. There we go. Sounds very scratchy. Yeah, Wednesday's wheel just kept turning and it looked like it was going to stop and it would start up again and then it would go forward and backwards. I mean, it was like crazy. Oh! I figured it pretty quick. That was Bonnie K. You write her name down. Congratulations, Bonnie. All right, so let me get out of Facebook over here. And let me stop sharing my screen. Congratulate Bonnie. There we go. All right, so Bonnie, you have a selection of these treat boxes coming your way, but you're gonna have to assemble them. All right, what are we doing today? We're going to be working with the Sending Smiles bundle. This is going to be the monthly class and also the free kit in the mail. The class is, let's see, when is the class? I think the class is the 17th. Yeah, it's usually the third Friday of every single month is where we can gather and put together this. So if you want your own kit and you want to get together and put your kit together, we have that class on the 17th. And I believe the registration deadline is the 13th. It happens pretty early in the month. So I haven't had any problems with that so far. So I want to kind of keep it that way. But we're going to be working with this bundle. And then also I'm going to be working with the new In Color Designer Series paper, which I have one of each here in every color. We've got from left to right, you've got Parakeet Party, and then you have Starry Sky. I'm having problems grabbing paper here. Then you have Orchid Oasis, Tahitian Tide, and then Sweet Sorbet. So lots of pretty colors. And then this is, of course, double-sided. So the opposite side is going to have these other prints, this gingham, and then these floral prints. Very, very pretty. We're going to be using a few of these pieces today just to help complement our cards. And on page 14, it's on page 14 of your catalog. This particular bundle is $49.50. And it comes with not just the photopolymer stamp, so I love photopolymer, but it also comes with coordinating dies. You can see the dies over here to the left. So you have lots of variety when it comes to the dies for all of the little floral pieces over here. And then also I'm going to be using the limited edition stamp set in order to stamp Made with Love on the back. This is the newest copyrighted images that Stampin' Up! Has put out. I believe this is $17, I think. Okay, so this kit that I'm putting together today, scrolling across the bottom of your screen is a banner that says when you place an order of at least $25 or more with me, you're going to get this free kit in the mail, and it's the kit to make all 4 of these cards we're about to start making. And if your order is $50 or more, you're going to get a coordinating accessory, which I've already determined. This one's open, but it's going to be a package of the new iridescent pearl basic jewels. So I'm going to be using a few of those in today's projects as well. And I really need to just move my chair to the other side of the room and take a different chair that's not so squeaky. I am squeaky. All right, so let's get started. Let's get with our first card here. Now, when you get your kit, here is card number 1 we're going to be putting together. When you get your kit, everything is already cut for you, die cut for you, embossed, the whole 9 yards. The only thing I can't do is any of the stamping. And I'm going to leave that one in there, and I'm going to tell you why here. So I've got even your ribbon, any accessories that you need. I have already die cut, stamped, and die cut everything just to save time. So we have our base, and even in your kit, your bases will already be scored for you as well. And then you have a piece of Orchid Oasis. This is Orchid Oasis. On this one, I actually used a little bit of all of the colors. Okay, oops, I meant to do something else first. I meant to stamp the back. Let me get this base on. We'll get that on, and what am I going to stamp this in? I'll stamp it in Orchid Oasis. We'll stamp. We're going to stamp the back. Made with love. Okay, let me close that up because I'm not going to do any more stamping. All right, and then now I have a piece of basic white cardstock that has been embossed with the gingham embossing folder. I'm going to put that on next. When you get the kit, you also get the tutorial that has all of the measurements and all of the supplies used to make all 4 of the cards, as well as a step-by-step instructions for assembling your card. So then we also have, I die cut these 2 pieces in Parakeet Party, and these are going directly on the cardstock, so I'm just putting glue. Ooh, y'all, I am really dizzy. I might have to turn up my ceiling fan here and get some air on me. I'll put this one right there. Just give it just a little pressure. That way that glue will set into that, onto that cardstock. Yeah, Chris turned up the air right before I got started, but man, it's getting hot. But I think it's menopause. I think it's menopause, y'all. And then we put this one kind of right there. And I'm going to turn my little fan and see if that helps. And hopefully there won't be any vibrations from... No, I'll just turn the big one on. I went ahead and turned both of them on. Ooh, the big ceiling fan's on high, and got my small one. So y'all might hear a little purring there. All right, so now I have I've stamped and die cut 3 of these flowers, and we are going to put these on with some dimensionals. One of these right here, those are what I'm using as my guide, so you can put them on either way, and I'm going to use that one. That fresh air smells. That feels much better. It was getting kind of stagnant there, even though the air came on. And then we'll use that one. We'll try and turn that one sideways. And then the last one, we're going to put right there. There we go. Now, I also have, let me get my take your pick so I can finish. Well, see if they'll pop out by themselves. There is a process to using our adhesive back sheets. Let me pop these out. And these smaller ones. I think when I tear the little adhesive off the back, it will pull it off. So let me just do that. Let me see what happens. Yeah, it does. It pulls it out. I'm going to show you how. I only going to show like one time. I know I've showed it before, but for those of you that have not used our adhesive, that one piece, there we go, that our adhesive back sheets, the back of this die cut, when it comes to delicate die cuts like this, we have adhesive that you can use when you die cut your project, so that the whole back of this has adhesive all over it, and it'll stick to your projects better, so you don't have to get messy with glue or the fine tip glue, and definitely not messy with the seal or anything else. So this is going to stick directly to, and I'm going to put it, let's see if, maybe I should have turned that a little more sideways. I'll just put it right below it. Okay. And then just give it a little pressure to put it down. Now, I have a piece here. It's not the piece, one of the pieces I was using, because it's just a scrap piece that still had some adhesive on it that I pulled. But basically, in order to use the adhesive back sheets, what you do is you want to measure exactly kind of what you need for what you're doing. Okay, so if this was the piece for sending, that's what I would use. Let me grab my die. Okay, so this would be a perfect size for that. And it's a little bit bigger, but it'll work. Okay, so what you do is you measure whatever die you're using, especially if you're just using for one piece. You'll measure that piece, and you'll cut a piece of cardstock to the measurement of your die. And then on the opposite side, what you're going to do is, I have a scrap piece of the adhesive back sheet right here. This is just a piece. You'll want to peel it. And in this case, there's no breaking lines, because this is part of a full sheet here. But normally you would see like a breaking line, but here's a piece on the front. What you do is you have to remove the adhesive. So the adhesive is on the left side of what I'm pulling. And then your right side is just the wax paper that it is sticking to. Okay, so what you do is you tear that off. And then I'm just going to use this as an example. And then you attach it to your paper, your cardstock paper. And then we'll pretend like this is still the pink on top, and then this was what I just put on. But what you'll have to do is you put your die on top of the cardstock. So you put it on top of the cardstock. I probably should have used another fresh piece of cardstock. And then your adhesive's on the bottom. You just have to make sure that it's going to cover the whole piece. That way it'll cover the whole back piece of the die. And then you run it through your die cutting machine. And when you take it out, you have what I just had before this. And you just pop those little pieces out. Or when you start peeling off the back, it'll pull those off along with the adhesive. And then you attach it to your projects. Now, the eye. I left the eye in there on purpose. So let me see if that eye will pop out there. The eye is like in the corner of this. And there it is. Here's the eye. And I am not even going to work and even try to think about. Let me get a little piece of glue. Oop, that was too much glue. Which is okay, I guess. It'll dry. I'm not even going to try, y'all, to take that little piece of adhesive off the back. So what I did is I just put a little bit of too much glue. Let me see if I can take some of that off. With the tip of my, well, that'll work. I just put a little dab of glue and put the eye on top of it, the little dot. Because I am not going to fight with that little bitty piece of cardstock that has adhesive on it. Okay, now we want to stamp our greeting. I'll make sure I got the right one. And if it's photopolymer, you want to make sure you have a little surface that's hard. My desk is hard, but it's still always best to use a foam mat. And then don't forget your grid paper. But we're going to ink this up with Starry Sky. And let me see if I can get over this straight. Perfect. And then we are going to attach and I'm sorry I'm not looking at comments, but I do have moderators in the chat, Shannon and Beverly. Thank you. If you have a question and I don't see your question, I'll be happy to help you there. All right, and then we're going to put this down below. I just used mini dimensionals because I do want this little piece to pop up there. And then I'm also going to be using the new In Color Baker's Twine pack. So it has all 5 of the colors in it. On this one, I am using the Sweet Sorbet, and I think I took, these are 2 like 6-inch pieces because I want to make a double bow. There we go. And I'm going to leave that alone and just trim that one. Well, it kind of looks funky. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Try to be a little more cleaner about this. There we go. We'll just leave it at that. And then we grab a glue dot. And then we're going to put that right there. And if you need to trim your edges, you can trim your edges. But other than that, there is card number 1. Sending a card to say hello. By the way, there are so many sayings with this particular stamp set. You can pretty much say anything you want. Sending smiles across the miles, all the good luck your way, sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, and comfort and strength. So there's a lot you can say using this one particular stamp set. Okay. Now let's do card number 2. Which is this one, sending smiles across the miles. I used every color, all 5 colors. I'm only doing 4 cards, but I did use all 5 colors in what I'm doing. Now this one is one of those portrait cards that kind of opens from the bottom to the top. We have our piece of sweet sorbet. I'm going to put this down. Put this down. Oh, I need to stamp the back. I keep forgetting. Try to be better about stamping the back. So let's get some sweet sorbet out because I'm going to need that anyway later. And then let me stamp. Let me clean my stamp. Make sure that's clean. And I'm going to stamp some sweet sorbet on the back. Made with love. Okay, and then we have this piece of designer series paper, which you can use either side, whatever you want. I want to use the gingham side. That one just seems to stand out a little better. There we go. And then we're going to put that one over here to the left, but we're going to make sure we leave about 1/4 inch on the top, the left, and in the bottom. Okay. And then if this looks familiar, this is one of the contour dies. We're going to be stamping directly on this. And this is where we're going to be stamping. Let me make sure I get my right sentiment here. I got 3 of them here. Oh, it's the larger one because it's longer. Smiles across the miles. We're going to be stamping that one in sweet sorbet. And we're going to stamp that directly on the bottom. There we go. And I believe that's all the stamping. Yeah. So let me close that up. And then now we're going to assemble. Let's get some dimensionals on the back. And I'll start using the edges here in a moment. I'll go ahead and start. And then here's another one right here. Okay. Oops. All right, now let's put this one on there. We're just going to center this. That way a little bit of that DSP shows. Is that straight? Yeah, that's straight. And then we have our couple of pieces. This one just has 1 piece, actually. We just have 1 piece. Get some glue. This one's going to go directly on this piece of cardstock. Get some glue right here. Flip this over. This one should go about right there. Give it just a little pressure. And then let me cut some more. Don't forget your dimensional sheets. You can use these little edges here. No one will ever see the back of whatever you're putting these on. Put one right there. And then the other one will go on the bottom. Now also, I'm also showing you how the different ways that you can use this particular stamp and dies. So on this one, what I'm doing is one of the dies has the outline of sending, and I die cut this in designer series paper, the Parakeet Party designer series paper, and then also I die cut out sending in basic white, So we're going to mat this piece on there, and let's peel that off. You do have to be careful when you're peeling off the adhesive. I can't tell where it started and stopped. Let me start from the other side again. There we go. I think I got a little loose piece right here. What is this? This is just like a straggling little piece that got stuck to the back. There we go. Okay. So it's kind of weird to me. Okay, and then what you'll do on here is you want to make sure you get the S on there right. Give it some pressure as you go along, and then you can just press down as you go along till you get to the end. This die cut gives a little bit, so you can move these if you need to move them. It doesn't seem as sticky as the first one. That's what's not feeling right. Okay, and then the other one is, here's the eye, the little dot on the eye. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to put adhesive on the back. So let's get some glue and all these little spots here to help with this sticking. There we go. Because this piece is going to go directly right above there. Oh, I probably should have just put it on the left side right here. That other part will dry, so that part kind of sticks up a little bit, but that's okay. And what did I do? Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. There's that little white dot, y'all. That's the eye. So let me get a little glue. Just a little dab. Hopefully I can get just a little dab coming out of there. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool so I can pick this thing up and kind of put it right over that. There you go. Just going to press it down with my Take Your Pick, and it'll eventually dry on there. And then I have 2 strips of the Parakeet Party twine, and we're going to do a double bow. Oh, perfect. A glue dot. Now, with my monthly kits, you can get these kits for free when you place an order of at least $25 on my online store using that host code that is scrolling across your screen. You also have the choice of, I'm going to pick up 3 of these iridescent basic rhinestone jewels and kind of add those in a few spots. You can get these already made. There's an option for that. There's also an option for just the tutorials if you want just an option for that. And then there's also the option for the class where you actually get the class packet, and I mail you the class packet. And you will need, if you want to create these as designed, you will need the Sending Smiles bundle, and then with that, I give you the option to add that on at my cost. That way it saves you your tax and shipping instead of having to order it directly from Stampin' Up. So there is card number 2. Cute! Loving these colors. Loving these pop of really summer colors. All right, now card number 3. Looks like this. Reminds me of blue bonnets. We are from Texas, and that is our state flower. So on this one, we have our base. we're going to be doing some stamping directly on, oh, I forgot to cut a piece. Okay, well, let me just go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to have to cut a piece. I'm missing my piece of basic white. Oops. I know why, too. I got sidetracked when I was doing this one because the kits don't have that piece either yet. All right, so we're going to put this piece of, we are working with Orchid Oasis on this card. There's Orchid Oasis with just a little hint of Parakeet Party. We have some fun color names. There we go. You know what? I am going to have to cut my piece of basic white because I have to do that overlap first. So, let me see. Bear with me, guys. I thought I had that piece already cut, and I don't. So, I am looking at 5 by 2.5. 5 by 2.5. 5 by 2.5. Okay. All right, we're going to be stamping on this piece right here. And y'all, I have literally lost my mind. I have lost. I just grabbed another one. I lost my phone sheet. Oh, it's right next to me. I just didn't look far enough to my left. Good grief. It's amazing what you can lose when it's right in front of you. So we're going to be stamping with Parakeet Party. Some of these, bring that back, some of these greenery images. Okay, so I'm going to do several of them. And I'm only going to stamp up like half. Let's see. Let's use this other one. I'm going to use a combination of both of these. And then let me get the top of that one. Is that it? I'm going to stamp that off because I want to get I want to get just the stem. Oops, I think I got more than the stem on that one. I did. Trying just to get the stem. I could use a Stampin' Write marker, but let me take that off with my finger. I want this one to pop out right there. Oh, that'll work. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, and then with Orchid Oasis, there is a die cut for this, but on this one, I wanted to stamp directly on the cardstock. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that flower and we're going to stamp and then randomly like stamp off. It's not going to be the same as my there because I probably didn't stamp those correctly. We're going to stamp and then stamp off. Stamp and then stamp off. So I think I'm missing a few. I think I want to put a stamped off one there. So let me get, yeah, it's not going to be the same as my sample because I didn't stamp the greenery the same. Okay, let me take that off there. I want to put one over here. So I'm just, all I did was I inked up that one stem. Go. Oops, almost dipped that in the wrong one. There we go. I think that'll work. That'll work. And I'm going to leave that open, but put that off to the side so I can stamp my sentiment later. So now that we have those stamped, we're going to put this piece down first. Now I'm putting this stamped piece down first. That way, when I use the DSP, it kind of covers up and gives us cleaner edge to these stamped images down here. Okay, so I'm kind of centering that on the top like I'm doing a mat. And then, oops, I want to use the dotted side on this one. So I'm going to put the glue on the gingham side. I love how we have choices. Okay, and then we're going to map this over so it slightly overlaps. Okay, and then just give it just a little pressure. Spread that over. We also have the outline of Sending in Orchid Oasis, and then I'm going to peel this backing off to expose. Y'all, this is so much easier. You just have to remember to do it. You just have to remember to do it, but this just makes it so much easier when it comes to dealing with delicate dyes, or delicate dyes. And then just follow along here, pressing down along the way. There we go. My eye is in there, but I'm going to put that on last. I am going to put this down with dimensionals. I want this piece to pop up. So let me get some dimensionals on the back. I'm just using the mini ones. We have these available in mini and then also the standard size. And then we also have them available. These white ones are only available like each package. Like if you want the small ones, it's one package, and if you want the big ones, it's another package. The black ones are the ones that come in like a combo pack. So you get a little bit of both, and I think I got them all on there. And then we're going to kind of put this halfway on. There we go. And then a note of thanks. Let me ink this up with some Orchid Oasis. And let me see if I can get this on straight. Oh, I hope that went on straight. I don't like it. I was looking at it sideways. Hold on. It probably looks just fine to y'all, but I took another one from a kit. That one was too crooked. Let me stand up a little bit to do that one. So I'm going to ink this back up. That way this will go on straighter. Perfect. There we go. Kind of awkward looking at things sideways. And I think that's all the rest of the stamping we're doing on that. And then we're going to pop this up also with dimensionals. And we'll put another one in the center. Okay, and we're going to put this one right below there. We'll put a couple of these larger iridescent basic jewels on here, which, by the way, these iridescent basic jewels, you can, if you wanted to use if you wanted to put a little color on these, you can use our blending pens with them. So you can make these whatever color you want to make them. And where's my eye? Where's my eye? My eye is in there. There we go. There's that crazy eye again. Squeeze a little bit of glue. Not too much, because this is not a very big eye. A little dot. There we go. Perfect. And let me grab this with the tip of my take your pick, and I'm just going to put that right on top. There we go. And then I thought I had my, well, I thought I had my ribbon already cut too. All right, well, let's measure this. I'm using 6-inch strips. And then I'll fold it in half, my twine. And cut it in half. And make a bow. Let me adjust that a little bit. Oh, that was my thumb that just popped. That felt good. Okay, we'll get a glue dot on there. And then we're going to put it over here on this side. You can put this bow anywhere you want, but I just thought something needed to be over here to kind of balance out this card a little bit. So if you need to trim your tails a little bit, if they're too long, you can trim them there. Oops. There we go. And there you have it. There is card. Oh, I forgot to stamp the back. Of course. I'm going to stamp that in. Some Orchid Oasis. Made with love. Alright, there we have it. Now, there's card number 3. And then our final card is a little on the simpler side, but on this one, we're not going to be using the die cuts for sending. We're just going to be using the die cuts for the flowers. So let me grab these pieces. There we go. We have a regular basic white base. Use our bone folder to burnish that edge. Got some Parakeet Party here. I think this Parakeet Party and Starry Sky really do complement each other. Okay, and this one's going to be a landscape card. So we're going to get our piece of cardstock down first. Oh, I forgot to stamp the back. Let's see, what am I going to stamp the back in? I'll stamp it in Starry Sky. So let me make sure. Let's stamp it in Starry Sky. Perfect. All right. Then now what we're going to do is we have the next size base, the basic white base, and we're going to be stamping, I should have left that open, in Starry Sky, Sending, and then Comfort and Strength right beneath it. So let me get this straight here. Let me ink that up. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Give it just a little pressure. It's a very clear. Now I will tell you, after you stamp it, don't rub it. Ask me how I know. On my sample, I had to start over, and then we're going to ink up Comfort and Strength and stamp that right beneath it. So you really don't need dyes unless you really want that effect of the shadow and the delicate die cut from sending. So you can stamp directly on your cardstock. And that's the final thing that I wanted to show you on this particular card is you can stamp directly your sentiments directly on cardstock. Okay, so let's move that away and put some glue on the back of this. And this is the last card. Let's mat this. I'm gonna go around it there. I smeared it. That ink, my ink was really juicy because it's a new pad. So I didn't want to smear it. So let's get some glue on the back of these two floral pieces. These greenery pieces. There is a third greenery piece, but I don't know. I just used these two. Go. I think that'll work. Okay, and let me put the smaller one down first. And that'll help me gauge where I need to put, kind of using that curve as an example there. And then I grab this other one. There we go. Ooh, that's really close, but that'll work. No? Well, it's going to have to work. There we go. All right, so let's get some dimensionals. Let's put our flowers on. So you've got two, it looks like two different colors flowers, but this is actually Starry Sky, and the lighter one is the stamped off version. So that's what happens when you get, which almost looks like Orchid Oasis, but it's not. It's actually Starry Sky. That's just been stamped off. Oh, I need to cut some more. Okay, here we go. So wrap this one up. Oh, I probably should have put the other one on. Let me do the other one. Put that one behind there. Kind of put that one here. So one kind of covers the other, but that's okay. And then I also am using, this one is the Starry Sky twine. But you could also use Parakeet Party if you wanted to use Parakeet Party. Glue dot. Just gonna throw it right there. You can trim those wild pieces if you need to. And then we're going to decorate with some iridescent basic jewels. And throw one right down here. And I believe that is it. Yeah, that's it for that one. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could take our Wink of Stella and brush over the little floral pieces just to give them a little sparkle if you wanted to. But anyway, there is card number 4. using Parakeet Party and Starry Sky. And let me pull this up a little bit. And let me bring out all the cards. Let me move that out of the way. So there you have card number 4. Card number 3. Card number 2. And then the very first card that we did. Thank you. I'm looking at the comments. Thank you. Yeah, they went pretty quickly. I was trying to keep it to an hour, so we're probably right about an hour. But yes, this is the monthly free kit in the mail that you can get with a $25 order or more. And if your order is $50 or more, you're going to get a full package of these iridescent basic jewels that I used. Everything's cut for you, die cut for you. The only thing I can't do is the stamping. So in order to do the sentiments, you will need at least the stamp that you can purchase at cost, and you can add that on when you register, basically, for the class. And then I'll order that for you, and it'll be with your kit. And then also to do that stamping. But yeah, there's a little bit. I try to do a little bit of everything you could with the dies and the stamp set. And then threw in a little embossing, and then brought back a die from the contour dies, just to kind of make that one look pretty. But I'm loving the colors. I'm loving like I said, the only one I didn't do is the only card I didn't do is one for Tahitian Tide, this one right here. But if you notice, what I did is I stamped on this first card, I stamped the flowers in Tahitian Tide, and then the floral center I stamped in Tahitian Tide on this Sweet Sorbet piece right there. And that's essentially what I did on these other ones. This one is Sweet Sorbet and Parakeet Party on the inside. And then on the last card, it's basically still Starry Sky, whether it's stamped on or stamped off. So this is the stamped version. And the lighter version I flip-flopped them with the colors. That way they would stand out a little bit more. So lots you can do. There's even the coordinating twine pack. The designer series paper. I only used a couple of pieces, but definitely you have options. There's 48 sheets in that package of designer series paper. So I hope you all enjoyed the cards today. Be safe wherever you are. Stay hydrated. Stay inside and craft. Let's just do that. Let's just stay inside and craft. How about that? I think that's a perfect idea. But thank you all for joining me. I will be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for scrapbook page layout. So y'all have a great day wherever you are. Thank you. Bye-bye.